Right, I believe I am live, and we are here for the Castlevania II Randomizer race between Freeland and Tusnik. They are both currently sitting here up in the winners bracket, so this should be an interesting race. It is double elimination, so they are not done if they happen to not make it through this time. However, certainly either one of these players are certainly more than capable of ending up being in the finals, so having that advantage of not having that loss could certainly come into play. So looks like we should be starting up momentarily. Yeah, looks like timer is on and we should be up and going. So chance now to get your predictions in before we get started. We've been having some crazy seeds going on as of late, so we're kind of due for a jet seed. So fingers crossed, we'll see what happens. This is also the first of two of a doubleheader today, as we do have a second matchup going on right after this one. All right. And pretty customary, we're going to go ahead and start in the first door. Gets us an oak steak. So oak steak, heart, and a ring. So we've got two pieces right off the bat. Much. It's like they're both kind of going the same direction here. Best guess is I think they're both going to try to make their way over to see what there's a pretty much normally it's the red crystal vendor there, so it's a free check, so they're probably going to try to make their way over there to see what happens first. Obviously a lot of times this river might have a thing or two to say about that, because in randomizer, of course, you never know what you're getting for enemies or what you might be able to get through. So let's see what they got. First screen's not so bad. Alright, so easily to pass through. And let's see what this check's gonna get us. And they got the white crystal. So it looks like Freeland's gonna continue his way on the left, whereas it looks like Tusnik is gonna make his way back towards the right. So it looks like it didn't take long for these two runners to decide to go their separate ways. So it looks like Tusnik's going to go ahead and grind hearts. Obviously, hearts are used for currency. They're also used to be able to help for experience points, which allow you to gain levels, which basically gives Simon a little bit of extra health and actually helps him take a little bit more damage. So I would imagine he's probably grinding here. Probably going to pick up some of the pieces. Freeland kind of doing the same grind. So certainly, if it's your first time in watching, seeing the randos, if you happen to have any questions or anything, certainly don't be afraid to reach out. So it's a lot of fun, and the more we can get into this, certainly the better. Two Snack bought the oak steak. Freeland got his ring. Alright, and looks like going. Right here, that's good. Alright, so you got the crystal. Alright, now we're coming up on the bridge, which has a tendency to be another one of those bad spots with Rando, because you never know how enemies are going to place, and obviously there's always a good chance that you can get knocked into the water. Through. Good bridge. And Freeland looks like is doing some big heart grinding here. Not sure if it's to build up a heart count or if he's looking to, if he's trying to take this approach to try to quickly get to level 2 so that way he can kind of tank himself up. So I'm curious to see whether or not Two Snack is going to go right into Berkeley or not. Imagine with the crystal not getting level 2 in the last race till late. Yeah, exactly. Pretty common. It's always that double-edged sword of sorts. So, yep, Two Snack's going to go ahead and hop in and make his way through Berkeley. So, because he has the white crystal, he has an oak stake, so fully 100% within logic as far as what he might find. Right, Freeland's gonna make his way back through the left. Two Snack taking his game over there. So, I mean, every enemy gives hearts here. I mean, obviously, when you take the game over, like, you lose half the hearts that you gain, but at the same time, too, you also go back to zero experience points. At least in the situation for where Two Snack is right now, you're not really losing any experience points because it's based upon what your level is and where you are in the game. So, obviously, you know, because of where he is early on, he's not gaining any experience extra just to level 2 in this mansion, so he's not losing experience. Really, all you're going to lose in that game over is the hearts. And it looks like Freeland went ahead and went right over, right. He's going to head right to Brahms. Looks like he's making his way towards the vendor here in Vrad Mountain. Cross is in Berkeley, so at some point Freeland is going to have to make his way back there. And the nail is in the mountain. So early on, we're finding a lot of drac pieces here. Two Snack got his first whip upgrade that we found, so he will double his hit strength. We will see how this plays out, because the nail, however, the nail does open up a few more checks along the way. So now you can break some blocks with that, as well as get our hands on some clues. Yeah, that's a good point. So that could be a big thing, certainly, by going the direction that Freeland did at first too, is because there are 3 checks in that Berkeley mansion that Two's-Neck went through, so those could very well be pieces of information that Freeland would have that Two's-Neck would not. Which could ultimately, let you know what needs to be checked or what could possibly, what you could skip. Freeland's gonna start making his way through proms with just the leather whip. Yep, I would imagine that Two's-Neck's probably making his way up to the vanilla blue crystal vendor. He's heading this way without really anything else to use at the moment. So I think, particularly early on, like especially if he can get his hands on holy water by going this way, I think it certainly frees it up a little bit. But it could get tricky if it goes the way the trend has been with some of these seeds and holy water way off on the other side. It could become cumbersome depending on what we find, just because Two's-Neck is probably gonna have to do a little bit of backtracking. One heart away from... Yeah, that is always a heartbreak. Alright, so Two's-Neck's gonna make his way up a couple sets of stairs, and we're gonna see what we got. And to Oaks. So now he's back, and now came to the realization that he's probably gonna have to pick up this heart and start making the way to the left. And we're gonna come up onto one of these clues, and it's the one he already knows. And then there's the holy water. So both the nail and the holy water are down this way. And that was probably actually really good timing, because this will actually give something useful that Freeland will be able to use now to be able to kill death. Trying to kill death with just the leather whip is not fun. And pretty darn hard. In fact, I got stuck earlier today with that. And this orb's gonna give us some laurels, which are always good to have in the bag. And now Death drops an item too. Death had laurels as well, so now he's got a full complement of laurels and a white crystal. Yeah. So one of the benefits that going that route, taking that route risk that Freeland did now, is he has the items to be able to break the blocks and all the other vendors and stuff. So he can pretty much just make his way to the right, be able to check everything along the way, and not have to double back. Okay. So Toonsnick is making his way down to the vendor at the end of the mountain here. As we already know, going to be the nail. Freeland's gonna start making his way through here. Oh. Gonna take a little swim first. Yeah, I think that's a good point too. So, I mean, he is gonna do Brahms a little quicker. And it looks like he's working towards trying to get his level 2 right now as well. So that may save on a death or two. Alright, so we're gonna have here is another oak stake. Not really needed. He bought one back at the start. Next step's gonna probably be to check the train whip fender. But I think first gonna try to grind out here. And you gotta oh nope. Guess we'll keep going. Neck is in Brahms. See how he makes out. That better whip. See if we get single drop. So he's going to check this clue here. And there's an oak stake and ondel. And he has the garlic. Did. Yep. I think at this point, now that Freeland has garlic, I think is pretty much just gonna kind of go straight through kind of vanilla at this point. I'm not sure if he's gonna take the chance, if he's gonna do the jump. Great for a jump when we get there, but certainly, you know, he'll go and we're going to be able to start making a lot of these checks and kind of just wrap through this right side. See what's left. Alright, Toonsnick coming up on this floor drop. See if he goes for the clue or not. Yep, he's going to take the clue. And he's going to realize... Dope. Of that already. Okay, so it looks like Freeland, yeah, Freeland's going to make his way over to Berkeley now. Check those. Toonsnick's gonna make his descent to the death fight. It's the jump? No. We're gonna take what's kind of known as the walk of shame. There. Alright. There we go. Death kill. He got his first set of laurels. About to grab his second set of laurels. Alright. Trying to figure out something. Why is he walking back out of... Yeah, I'm a little confused. I don't know if I was missing something. I'm not sure why Toosnick is walking back out. Or another clue. Maybe. Oh, and I think I missed... I think Freeland went for the clue. One of the extra clues in Berkeley, and I think I missed that one. Trying to figure this play out. Yeah, so Freeland's got another clue coming up here. Now you have no idea. Yeah, I don't know. Felt like he needed to. I mean, the only guess, well, maybe considering what he has, maybe he's thinking that it might be a little quicker to hop back on the boat from here and keep going left. Yeah. Seals and Brom. So, okay, so we knew about that clue already. Yeah, that's the only thing that I can think of is that he's looking to just take the boat, try and take the boat and then head right back, but I'm not sure. I think it might be a little quicker to just go back, to work back to the beginning to catch the boat than to walk back through that, but, I mean, it could be close. So, find out what's sitting here. There's the other crystal. Good. Now Freeland has his Thorn Whip. And he was... Alright, so this play gets kind of interesting now, because I'm thinking at this point, could be tricky, like unless the third crystal is in one of these vendors on the way to Rover, I guess that could change some of the pacing of how this is going. Building up. Yeah, it gets tricky because you take more hits and you die more often. So it goes a little ups around. And there's the rib. But Toosnick doesn't have enough for that. I think he's making... Freeland's making his way back down this way. Probably gonna pick up that oak stake just in case. Never a bad plan. Make sure that you always have one on you. That way too, in case he does find that, in case we do find that other crystal, we'll have the oak stake so that way it won't stop him from going there. So Freeland looking like he's trying to, sorry, Two-Snick is looking to add some hearts to his count. Because obviously these are all vendors that are going to want hearts from him in order to get what they have. 10 hearts, we're going to cut it. Alright, Freeland's about to let us know what Dobby's path has. So currently, Freeland is hoping that we have another crystal on this side. Beat up there. Got look at those Medusa heads. And there's the second crystal. Okay. So now we know where all the crystals are. Heart, ring, nail, cross. Right, so Freeland found out that he doesn't need Bodley's orb. Brought a pen gun with me, so I'm trying to think off the top of my head now. So we know where the rib was. Trying to think what we have left to find. Yeah, the premise behind the story is that you have to bring him back to life, kill him again in order to break the curse that's been put on you. Golden knife there. Freeland's heading into Rover Mansion. 2 checks in here. And I would imagine with holy water, we're probably going to see a little secret mansion that's hidden in this one. It's a way of a shortcut to get through. Right, Two-Snick is checking on the Morningstar vendor. And he's got an oak. Oh, and he got stuck. So there's a way there to do a double drop, so that way you actually can go through all the floors and then be able to just jump right back into where you want to go, and that way you don't have to walk all of this. So as you can tell, that certainly saves some. Clue here. Silk bag is in the Bodley door, so pretty much tells us that Bodley is useless. We are just missing the eye for what we need to. And there's Whip. So Freeland now has the chain whip, so he's gone up more. And typically in most and the any percent runs of this game, this is usually the whip that you have. So a lot of our runners, once they get to this whip, we're usually in pretty good shape. Looks like Two-Snick is making his way back up to get that rib. Deuce ahead on the platform. It's not very nice. still a little tricky to tell how we're doing timing-wise here, because Essence didn't need to go into Rover. So, in some ways, if that ends up getting skipped, that could be a big difference in Furs, making up some of the timing of having to double back here. Okay. Whip number 4, and we knew that the last whip was in Bodley, so we've got that covered. Yeah. There's a clue in here that we're going to check for, and Death guards some laurels. So Toothneck's going to start making his way through the right side here now. Look at that. There's the whip. So Freeland's got a Morningstar at this point, so he's doing really well as far as hit power is concerned. Seems like, from what I can tell, because I think we had 2 clues for Bodley, so seems like Laruba is gonna possibly be needed, or is it gonna be Doina? Who? Garlic. So yeah, this is still pretty interesting. It's always Doina except in that. Yeah, it's always Doina when you decide to go there last. Freeland dropping his garlic. And he is officially superpowered. And thinking that he might be making his way to the far jump. Candle. It's red crystal. Wrong game. Yep, so that gives him the red crystal. Freeland had to go back and get some garlic. He decided he wanted to stink up that room before. And yep, so it looks like what he's going to do here is he's going to try to do this perfect jump to get up there first try. Like the pro that he is. Got right up there. So basically he's going to wrap around the other side of the map here. Probably make his way over to Laruba. And there's his level 2. So now he has level 2, he has Flame Whip. He's like, alright game, give me everything you got, because I am ready for it. Two Snacks making his way down. The Rover. We'll have to check. I have to check too again when next time Freeland gets a pause. I don't know if he went and got the rib yet or not. So that could play a part into it. Making it through the Ruba here, which is you know, the way that when you play the game casually, this is generally what they look at as being the last. This should be the last mansion prior to going to Castlevania. So this is certainly where the enemies are always the strongest. But currently with Freeland being in here with the best whip that you can get, Flame Whip, you should be able to plug through them. Gooseneck's going to make his way through. Let's see if he gets this drop, and he does not either. Alright, so we're going to find out what this vendor has up here. They have laurels. Not what we were looking for. Oh, now there's a free vendor sitting here, and he has the silver knife. I guess you could put a poll up to see what was more useless. The silver knife is certainly up there as far as one of the more useless items in the game for sure. Actually, yeah, it is. I think you could find a use for the diamond, so I guess silver knife would be the most useless item in the game. Camilla is going to give us, there's that eyeball. Okay. So now he just needs to figure out where the rib is at. So it is not in Doina. But it looks like Freeland left. He's going to probably start making those checks to the side. So, I would say probably, yeah, at the moment, it seems like that he's certainly grabbed a little bit of a lead here. Yeah, because in essence, if he goes through those stories, he'll have the rib pretty much be in go mode and already be pretty much heading in the direction that he needs to be heading in order to do so. And then with this flame whip too, it's not like enemies are really going to slow him down. So yeah, I have a feeling that this lead's going to just start growing. Gooseneck's gonna get a whip upgrade. So I think one thing that would be really bad, I think, for two if it decides to take a path where he feels like that he's gonna try to fade Laruba. I mean, I think if that happens, you know, probably zero chance. Is when we do these randomizers, not going to Laruba is sometimes certainly a play, given the fact that it because it's, you know, kind of out of the way, it takes a while to get through. So there's there's always that opportunity that you might miss it, and then if there is something there, not good. especially given the fact where he's located right now is probably one of the two of the easier spots to try to get there. So Freeland figured out where the rib was, but it looks like he didn't have enough hearts to get it yet. But I also gotta believe with Flame Whip, it shouldn't take all that long to plow through some zombies and go ahead and go back and get it. Well, I think we're talking to a chance to possibly needing a little bit more jet seed, and probably as jet seeded as we've certainly seen so far in this tournament. So, you know, the fact that we're 40 minutes in and about to grab the last, you know, and players about to go into go mode, so we've got a chance to be under 50. So, I think that would probably about as jet as we could hope for. Gooseneck first try. That jump is definitely a little trickier than both these runners showed it to be. Right, looks like Freeland got the hearts that he needed, so gonna go get his eye, and at this point, yeah, start making his way to Drac. Yeah. Yeah, that jump is definitely tricky. I felt like I was getting it really good at one point with no problems, and then started getting weird, so. It's weird because it's the exact same jump, but the one that's under here where Freeland is right now, coming back from the second, you know, garlic vendor, for some reason I can never hit that one. That perfect, you know, timing whip jumps onto the third square up is more annoying than it looks like they should be, for sure. Nick not getting laurels here. Oh, decides to get some. Right, Freeland taking another swim. Freeland went down again. Okay. So Cheesenick gonna get more laurels. He's gonna go ahead and take out Camilla with this flame whip. Gonna have his eyeball, and he is gonna go from here. So clearly he's at this point a fair amount behind, but I guess the run's not over till it's over. Freeland's getting his laurels ready because we got one more of those crazy bridge sections coming up. Yeah, I mean, Two Snakes looking, you know, Gooseneck's probably at this point looking at like probably like a 51 or so. So he's got to, you know, got to feel like that. I mean, definitely, if anything, definitely he's got to feel like that he's not necessarily as far behind as, you know, as we can actually see that he is at the moment at least. Yeah, I mean, almost at this point, I don't even think a death at Dracula would even make up the ground at this point. So since we're only about Freeland's, you know, 2 screens away from being into into Dracula's castle. Missed both missed quads twice, and then Two-Stack would need to hit quads. Whirlwind. Is he really using the silver knife? I thought he picked up the... Right, Freeland got the double drop there. Alright. 5 water kill if he goes that route. Yeah, there was no dagger, so we'll see. I mean, he has Flame Whip. I mean, I would think in a rate, right? I mean, I don't know where I was sitting. I would just, yeah. It's not going to take any chances. He's going to want that 4702X. And, yep, Freeland is going to get it. The 4702. So, good job to Freeland. Pretty much went right in and was able to get that done. No problems. Cheeseneck, based on the fact that we could see his face, looks like he just got the news. So, but he's got a pretty decent time going, so it looks like I'm sure he's going to go ahead and work on getting this thing finished up too, because he's not too far off. So he's going to go ahead and try to finish this one out. So, I mean, he's got the potential, I guess, at this point too. He could still finish, you know, sub 50. Certainly no reason not to go for it. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, he's definitely close enough to, you know, to go ahead and finish it out, you know, especially since he has another race coming up, and he's doing a CV1 race in a little while, and we have a second race coming up on here as well too. So 17 deaths, which is actually pretty impressive because you think about how long he was on level 1. That's actually quite an accomplishment. So my understanding is I don't think we're gonna have interviews at all. I know Two-Snick already decided against it, and I think Freeland's gonna come on, and I think I'm sticking around, and we're gonna do the commentary for the second thing. Single drop. Blame Richard. Yeah, Richard was not pleasant. GG, Freeland. GG on that race. So, alright, so Two Snakes got... It's gonna end up probably... Yeah, just over 50 minutes on this. Still a really good time. Considering. Certainly. It's up against the 1 seed. And there you go, 50.07. So GG to Two Snake. Right. Go to race. These guys. Bear with me, I just my window. Alright. Good stuff. So we're gonna take a second, we'll look at Two Snake's stats. So the good news is that we actually got a second run coming up, I believe between Bullock and Sathworth. Are going to be the second half of our doubleheader. So in a minute, we'll probably get over and start working on trying to get that set up. So if you're not already doing so, make sure please follow Two Snake and Freeland. Two great Castlevania all around, not even Castlevania 2, but Castlevania 1 and Castlevania 3. They do a lot of good things, so make sure if you're not following them, please go follow them. Check out their streams. It's always good stuff. Now I just need to figure out what I'm supposed to do here. Bear with me because I'm super new with this, so okay. So I think we're all set with this. I think what we're going to do is we're going to step out for a moment and we'll start getting everything ready for our second race. So I'm going to go grab some drinks, do what we got to do, and we'll see you guys shortly. Thank you.